When the Indian media contemptuously proclaims that the Rafale M is sufficient to suppress China's new stealth fighters, do they realize that the simultaneous launch of the J-35's air and sea versions is upending the entire air power landscape in the Western Pacific? According to the Bulgarian military network, images revealed in early June 2025 show that at least one production J-35 Air Force version and two shipboard versions of the J-35 have appeared at the same time, marking that this fifth-generation stealth fighter, independently developed by China, has officially entered the stage of simultaneous installation. China has thus become the only country in the world to simultaneously promote the deployment of fifth-generation aircraft in the Navy and Air Force. China has thus become the only country in the world to simultaneously promote the deployment of fifth-generation aircraft in the Navy and Air Force. This leapfrog progress is not only the crystallization of 15 years of technical attack by Avik Shenyang Institute, but also completely rewrites the script of the strategic balance of the Asia-Pacific regional airspace. The J-35, a medium-sized stealth multi-role fighter, attracted global attention when it made its first public appearance at the 2024 Zhuhai Air Show. Its design adopts single-seat twin-engine, wing-body fusion and full-motion flat-tail layout, and realizes the ultimate optimization of radar reflective area through aerodynamic stealth integration design, and military expert Fu Qiangxiao even said that its stealth performance has surpassed F-22 and F-35, ranking the first in the world. With the heavy 5th-generation aircraft J-20 to form a distinctive high and low collocation system, J-20 with longer range and powerful load to assume the role of door kicker, responsible for suppression of air defense systems and striking high-value targets, while the J-35 is more low-cost, higher frequency of the advantages of focusing on air combat and precision ground strikes. The two synergies. The J-35 has the advantage of lower cost and higher sortie frequency to focus on air control and precision ground strikes, and both of them have built the PLA Air Force's fifth-generation combat network. This division of labor is especially critical when responding to high-intensity conflicts, as it can give full play to the strategic deterrent power of heavy aircraft, while relying on the flexibility of medium-sized aircraft to achieve battlefield coverage. The naval version of the J-35 is far more difficult to develop than the Air Force model. In order to adapt to the harsh landing and take-off environment of aircraft carriers, engineers have strengthened the landing gear structure to withstand up to 6G impacts during blocked landings, added folding wings to save deck space, and optimized anti-corrosion coatings to resist the high-salt marine environment. More critically, the Navy has put forward higher requirements for its combat performance. As the tip of the spear of the carrier formation out of the Western Pacific, it must have the ability to counterbalance the US F-35C and even F-22. Therefore, the ship carrying type is equipped with more advanced avionics systems and sensors, although the structure of the weight increase of about 1 ton, resulting in maneuverability, is slightly inferior to the Air Force version, but its stealth performance and over-the-horizon aerial combat capability has been placed on a priority position. At present, the deck of Fujian ship has frequently appeared J-35 full-size model. The ground crew is intensively carry out scheduling training, signaling that the actual aircraft landing into the countdown. Once deployed, Fujian ship's electromagnetic catapult system can make J-35 realize full fuel and full bomb takeoff. The combat radius exceeds 1,350 kilometers, which greatly enhances China's carrier formation's oceanic air control capability. From the performance parameters, the J-35 series has a maximum takeoff weight of 35 tons, a bomb load of 8 tons, a top speed of Mach 2, and a comprehensive performance that ranks among the world's top medium-sized fighters. Its belly bomb bay can accommodate 6 medium-range air-to-air missiles, and the 6 under-wing mounting points are compatible with anti-ship missiles and electronic warfare pods, with outstanding multi-mission capability. The twin-engine design provides higher safety redundancy than the F-35 single-engine design, while the supersonic cruise capability, together with its stealth characteristics, enables the J-35 to launch lethal strikes outside the enemy's defense zone. These qualities make the J-35 not only able to perform traditional air control tasks, but also can be used as a system node to guide other platforms to implement the "a-shot-be guide" type of coordinated strikes. For example, with the Airborne Police 600 AWACS linkage, it can be detected outside the detection range of the Indian AWACS aircraft for 10 minutes to lock the target in advance, greatly enhancing the combat network. Lock the target in advance, greatly enhancing the effectiveness of combat network. Current small batch production is focused on technology validation and tactical exploration. The Navy's shipboard version is reportedly in pilot production at a rate of 12 units per year, aiming to match the Fujian ship's 2025 commissioning node. The Air Force version of the J-35 is still in the research and test flight stage, but has already completed high-risk subjects such as engine air start and large-angle flight. Shenfei optimizes efficiency through a centralized production model. Parallel operation of multiple processes shortens the production cycle of a single aircraft by 30% compared to the F-35, and with the 24-hour shift system, the monthly production capacity has reached 30 aircraft. Conservative estimate: the total demand of the Navy and Air Force in the next 10 years may exceed 600 aircraft. The Air Force needs 300-400 aircraft to replace the J-78s and early J-10 series. The Navy's demand is directly linked to the size of the aircraft carrier, about 200 aircraft if maintaining 4 ships, and doubled to 400 aircraft if expanding to 8 ships. Together with Pakistan's first 40 orders, the global equipment will be close to 800 aircraft, making it the world's second largest fleet of Generation V aircraft after the F-35. J-35's first export order has quietly landed in South Asia. Pakistan will be mineral debt plus installment payment, way to introduce 40 J-35, the unit price of about $300 million, a total amount of $12 billion. The strategic value of this deal far exceeds the economic benefits. J-35 stealth performance with the Thunderbolt 170 ultra-long-range missiles can be launched outside the detection range of India's Rafale radar non-contact strikes, with the Airborne Alert 500 AWACS to build the Baidu Plus Stealth program. Baidu Plus Stealth Fighters, plus Data Chain, Combat Network, so that the path for the first time, with India's discovery that is destroyed, system advantage, at the same time, forcing India to 60% of the air defense resources to the western border, easing the pressure of the India-China standoff on the eastern section. Indian media advocate, Rafale M, can fight against J-35, argument, in the professional perspective is unbearable. Rafale M is a 4.5 generation fighter, stealth defect make its radar reflection area, far more than J-35, air combat is very vulnerable to preemptive strikes, its skidding takeoff mode limits the load, the combat radius of only 1,000 kilometers, and catapult takeoff of the J-35 can be fully loaded to strike. More crucially, the Rafale M unit price is as high as $288 million. India only purchased more than 20. It is difficult to form an effective combat force, while the J-35, by virtue of the advantages of localization, can realize the scale of deployment. The outbreak of J-35 is at the key point of global warplane generation change. The U.S. is accelerating its 6th-generation aircraft program and plans to put it into service in 2030. Russia's Su-57 is slow in mass production, with only a dozen in service so far, and South Korea's Kf-21 is expected to enter service in 2026 without a built-in bomb bay, which is still a 4th-and-a-half-generation aircraft in nature. China is synchronized to promote the mass production of J-35 and the development of 6th-generation aircraft. Russian media predicted that China may be equipped with 6th-generation aircraft before the United States. It is worth paying attention to the fact that J-35 series adopts the structure of one machine, 4 types, and the technology reuse rate is as high as 70%, which significantly reduces the research and development cost. The cost of a single aircraft is controlled at $50 million, only 2/3 of the F-35, and the maintenance cost is even lower, so that developing countries for the first time to obtain the ability to fight against Western stealth fighters. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and other Middle Eastern countries have gone to Shenfei inspection. The future may form a stealth fighter multipolar market, separate from the F-35. When the Fujian ship's electromagnetic catapult pushes the J-35 into the sky for the first time, the rules of the sky in the Western Pacific will be rewritten forever. The J-35's dual-type development is not only a sign of the maturity of China's aviation industry, but also an important fulcrum of the joint combat system of the Navy and Air Force. With the acceleration of the R&D process of the 6th-generation aircraft, China is building a road from catching up, running in parallel to leading the intergenerational leap, and the J-35 is the most critical milestone on this journey. Its significance lies not only in the aircraft itself, but also in the fact that China has broken the monopoly of the West on cutting-edge aviation technology through independent innovation, reshaping the underlying logic of the global defense landscape. In the strategic game of Asia-Pacific in the next decade, J-35 will become a key force in maintaining regional stability, and a landmark footnote in China's development from an aviation power to an aviation power.